Hi, Doug Brooks here with InHomeSellers.com, and just got back from a sales call with a sales rep that's been around for about 8 months. He was a new hire that I brought to a kitchen and bathroom company about 7 months ago. Been working with this kitchen and bathroom company for the last 8 months, and we got out of the sales meeting, and I said, anybody have a sales call today? And he volunteered to go with me, or to let me go with him. So I went with him. I just came back and changed clothes. I was wearing their company shirt as a kind of a incognito representative of them today. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about what happened and how it went down. And one of the reasons, companies don't particularly like us to have their sales reps on these videos, and we usually don't mention the company name because we're training people to go into people's homes and come out with a check. And some people may interpret that the wrong way, but I want to make it clear what we train is on honest, ethical, highest level of character and integrity in terms of sales training. And that is what gets repeat business, and it's what keeps you in business for a long time, and it's what makes you and the salesperson a lot of money. So this is a kitchen and bathroom company, been around, a family-owned business. They have 7 salespeople, sales consultants. And I went with the newest one today, who's only been with the company 7 months. He's only been in sales 7 months. He just got out of college and was a new hire, and trained him from the beginning on, number one, how to sell, and number two, how to sell home services. And I'll just say this young man, very encouraging. There's a lot of great young people out there, but very encouraging for our future because this guy just soaked up everything. And quite frankly, he runs circles around many of the veterans, many of the heavy hitters that have been in the industry for a long time and already know everything. He's running circles around them. And let me just kind of give you an example of what happened today. But, we walked out of this house. These people had never met either one of us before. First time we'd ever met them. We walked out with a $176,000 order and the down payment on a brand new kitchen. An incredible kitchen, $176,000 incredible kitchen renovation. And they were so excited, so grateful, so thankful. They couldn't wait. They can't wait for the holidays for their family to be able to come and see their new kitchen when it's done. And I can't wait to get a picture of their holiday celebration when they got the whole family in there. It's going to be pretty awesome. But we also left with some amazing pineapple upside down cake, some of the best I've had in a long time. Just a great call in 3.5 hours. And how does it go from not ever meeting them, showing up at their house, 2 strangers, and walking out with a contract for $176,000? Well, it takes a lot of preparation, a lot of work. I would say, and I'll probably get in trouble for this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, out of the 7 salespeople in that office, I think 2 would have walked out with that order today. 2. The other 5 aren't there yet. And all 5 of them have been in the industry for a long time. But they just don't follow the process in the system. And a couple things. One, integrity, character, honesty are the cornerstones of any great salesperson that's going to build a long-term career. And let me tell you, folks, there's no better business than this. No AI bot, no AI robot could do what Ben did today, Ben being the sales rep, sales consultant. But nobody could, no robot could have done that. People that are excited about an opportunity, they're excited about a project that they want to do. They want a human being they can talk to and that they can believe in and trust and see. And in 3.5 short hours, from the minute we pulled in their driveway, Ben was on, just like he'd been trained to do. And he followed the process to a T. He knows it so well. He scripted it so well. We designed this process 8 months ago for this company. Completely transformed their sales. And just give you a little spoiler, they are on our website as one of the case studies. But we scripted the sales process for them. And from the minute Ben pulled in the driveway till we walked out, got in the car, and they walked us out the door, stood by the car. We met some new great friends today. He followed the system to a T. And you would never know it because it was genuine. It was intentional, and it was genuine. Number one, Ben put the customer first. You help enough other people get what they want, you get what you want. And Ben put the customer first. It was all about the customer. The entire presentation was about the customer. When he got to the company story, where he was talking about how long they've been doing kitchens and bathrooms and giving examples, he overcame all 5 objections in the company story, just like it was scripted, just like we see every time. He overcame all of those objections in that 5-minute pitch or presentation on the company story and himself. And all 5 of them were addressed. At the end, after we'd done the design, they approved it. Ben had called him, just in disclosure, he had called them and had a phone conversation with him to set up the meeting, but had never met him. When we got to the house, they weren't expecting me to come. I was just riding along, it was just clockwork. And we were able to save them a tremendous amount of money. If you've been on the Razor Sharp 3-Day Sales Challenge, you know the system we teach for one-call closes of this magnitude. These are large projects, and the company will save a lot of money. Ben will save a lot of money, and that money is passed on to the customer if we can do it in one call. And Ben couldn't have done a better job explaining that specifically to the customer, why it was going to be in their best interest to do the deal today. They already knew they wanted it. We already knew they wanted it. That's why we were there, sitting out here by the lake. Just got home, and I wanted to hop on here and just tell you about this. But we already knew they wanted it. They knew they were ready. They were giving us buying signals. So yeah, it was the perfect call, the perfect prospect, I guess you could say. But again, I don't think in that office 2 people would have done it in one call. I think the other 5 would be back out there multiple times, simply because for one reason or another, they don't follow and train themselves on the system. And I've been working with them for 8 months. So hopefully they see it. I'm going to show them this video. Hopefully they see it and they start getting on board, because it's a great industry and it's not going anywhere. It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's going to be some great sales talent flocking into this industry. If you are a A1 Razor Sharp sales rep, get a hold of me and I'll put you in contact with a high character, high integrity company that you can work for. And there's a lot of them out there. There's some that are not, but there's a lot of them that are. And there's a lot of high integrity, high character sales consultants out there as well who put the customer's interest first. They put the company's interest second because the company has to make money. If the company doesn't make money, they can't pay their employees and continue on. So it's got to be a win-win for the customer, number one. It's got to be a win-win for the company, number two. You do those things, and if you're with a company of high integrity, with a great compensation program, one that we maybe wrote for them, you don't have to worry about it. You're going to make a lot of money. And I couldn't be more excited for Ben. He's got an incredible future ahead of him. He's a young man, didn't come from a lot of money, but he's making a lot of money. And he's going to continue to make a lot of money. I think this sale will put him over the top, number one in the office right now. And I think that'll wake up some of the veterans. And they all make good money too. Some of them are just comfortable and they not hungry enough yet, I guess. But that's my job, make them hungry. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on, tell you that story. I know a lot of companies don't like to, they're afraid because we post these videos online. They don't want their clients seeing that we're teaching them how to get checks from them, get business from them. But I also want you to know we do it with integrity, we do it with character, and we do it with honesty. And our goal is to help the customer get what they want. If it is not a win-win situation for the customer, we don't do business. And if it's not a win-win situation for the company, the remodeler, we don't do business either. Do those two things, everything else falls in place. But you got to have a system, you got to have a process, and you got to be able to close. And when you close a client like this, you are helping them tremendously. You're helping them make a decision, and you're helping them move their project forward that they've been dreaming about for maybe sometimes a long time. And you're helping them get what they want, and you're saving them a lot of money in the process, a tremendous amount of money. And if you've been on the 3-day sales challenge, you know how we approach that and how we get to close. But you got to know how to close. You got to know how to present. And I'll just say this, Ben was overly prepared, and he was so well versed in the process, and he was following it step by step, word for word, and you wouldn't know it. It was genuine. It was coming from his heart. I could tell he really cared and wanted to help these people get what they want. He wanted them to have the kitchen of their dreams. He showed it to them, helped them get it. Company got the sale. They're getting a beautiful kitchen. They're going to be ready for the holidays. And Ben's getting a nice check in the process. If you want to grow your business, if you want to become an A1 razor sharp sales rep in the in-home sales industry, get on the 3-day sales challenge at inhomesellers.com. Sign up today. Get started today. Start building your business today. This is Doug Brooks with inhomesellers.com, and I look forward to seeing you at the next Razor Sharp 3-day sales challenge.